We're back!
Hi, welcome back everyone to depression-youarenotalone.com.
And today's sponsor is MidnightDomains.com. They have everything you need to build and maintain your website. Please visit us at www.midnightdomains.com.
And the link to the website will be below the description on the Twitter page, on the YouTube page, I'm sorry. So,
we have a little visitor today.
Yeah, that's our chubby little cheeky.
Oh, he's so wonderful.
He's a good boy.
Yeah.
He really is a good boy.
He is.
So today, okay, that's the parrot.
And then we have a parrot too.
That's the parrot. That's the parrot that I rescued. Every time when he hears my voice, he just absolutely hates me. It's the second parrot I've rescued. One I released. This one.
He's got a lot to say.
This one can't fly. We tried releasing him, and he'll never fly, which means we're stuck with him. And they tend to live a long time. So
no, he's wonderful. Oh.
Oh, by the way, I'm using your antiperspirant because I'm out of mine.
It smells good.
Yeah, but I'm afraid I'm going to have my period.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so we want to talk about. I want to talk about depression today. A few other things. One thing I'd like to say is we've received emails over time, people saying, "Why don't you talk about just depression?" But we've also received emails of people saying, "Thank you for not talking about just depression." You can't please everyone, right? The reason we talk about a lot of things is because before we started this, I told John, let me introduce us. I'm sorry I forgot. To my right is Shannon.
Hello again.
Who, again, as some poor animal, had to give his life for her outfit.
Okay, now that's just no.
That looks like another one of your cats.
No. Oh my gosh.
Don't go to Africa because we don't need you there.
Oh my gosh.
And behind the scenes is John. Hello today?
No, of course not.
Nothing?
Of course
and
not.
I'm Lou, and this is Cheekies.
This is Cheekies. And that's Lily, but you can't see her.
Folks, pay attention to this. At the end of our podcast, when we're saying goodbye, she knows we're finised.
Yeah, she comes over.
So let's see if she picks up on this again and she comes over to us. It's funny. I don't know how she figured that out.
I don't know. She's good.
She's a little camera shy.
Yeah.
So she's off to the side. So anyway, as I mentioned, people have said thank you for not just talking about depression. And like I said, before we started, I had told both John and Shannon that I don't want this to be just depression. There's no way. And I'll tell you why.
It gets a little depressing, for one thing.
No, it's something other than that. Years ago, when I was going through my toughest times, if someone had asked me, tell me something about yourself, the first thing that would come to my mind would be depression. Mm-hmm. And that was an issue, right? That's the first thing that comes to my mind is depression. Well, after learning, experiencing things and being through everything I've been through, that became unacceptable to me. Mm-hmm. I swear I did. I feel like I'm getting shorter every week.
Actually, I'm
So it just became unacceptable to me that my first thought if someone was to ask me, or if I even thought to myself, who am I? Mm-hmm. That depression is the first thing that would come up. No, that is unacceptable. I'm a man, a husband, a son, a brother, a dad. I'm so many other things than just someone that battles depression. Mm-hmm. So that became unacceptable to me. That's why I wanted to talk about so many other things. Mm-hmm. I also want to talk about so many other things because so many things affect our lives and can cause depression, or someone going through depression. Things that happen around us are tough. Can affect us. I remember I made this mistake a couple of years ago when COVID came out. I caught myself watching the news. The same thing over and over and over and over, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I'll give you folks this advice: don't do that.
No.
Don't do that. Get your news, absolutely, information Fine. Don't sit there hooked watching the news all day,
Oh,
hearing
we
the
were.
same
Oh,
depressing
we were.
thing over and over
Oh,
and over.
yeah.
Don't do it. I did it. I made that mistake.
Yeah.
Wasn't really working, just had free time.
Yeah.
And shouldn't have done it, but, we learn, right?
Yeah.
We're always learning,
Yeah.
constantly.
Every day.
So again, this is why talk about so many things. Also try to laugh, have fun, because I think that's so important. As a matter of fact, next week, an important thing for me, battling depression. Oh, and by the way, I still battle depression. So it's not like it was something in the past I don't have to deal with anymore. I still have anxiety and panic attacks. The difference is I know what's going on. Right? When you first start going through depression, you don't understand these feelings you're having. You just don't understand them. When you have your first panic attack, like I talked about mine, how I had it many years ago. Thought I was having a heart attack. When I was having anxiety,
Yeah.
didn't know why I'm feeling like this. Why am I short of breath? Why is this happening? Now, I understand what's happening. Does it make it easier? Absolutely. Right? Absolutely. So if I'm feeling a lot of anxiety, I'm not going to tell you, hey, call 911.
No, we don't do that.
I already know, okay, this is what's happening. I got to distract my mind. I got to try to calm down, breathe, do what I need to do to calm down, because understanding what's going on is very important and helpful. When you're depressed, if you have someone with depression, clinical depression, you wake up in the morning, you just starting to get that feeling. You get up out of bed, like I said, and distract your mind. Move on to something. Don't let it sit there and linger. So knowing all these things is important, and also it not being who you are. I am not depression. I am not, first and foremost, someone battling depression. No, I'm a lot of other things before that.
Yeah.
Even though it was a huge part of my life, and almost ended it. So pretty big part of my life, right?
Yeah.
But I'm still here.
Yeah, you are.
Yes, I am. I
Yeah, I'm glad you're still here.
said that, and the visual of me being.
Yes, I do.
Okay, that's
It is you.
that's like I love you more than the day I met you.
Oh
Remember that
my
one?
God! I explained what I meant.
Yes, you did.
Jeez.
So and that's why I joke around with Shannon. That's why I joke around with John, because it cannot be who you are, right?
No. We have the bird, the dog, the other dog. They're very
You, all these things I have to deal with.
yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to get a little sun today, but there isn't
could
any.
Use some sun. It's
Yeah,
very-
I know.
Well, I asked you last week. It was pretty outside. I laid out for like 50 minutes, and you had to do other stuff. So that's why you're pale.
yeah, and I've sat out in front of the house in the sun, and all of a sudden I see all these women walking their dogs, pretending like they're walking their dogs and stuff. I just feel like a piece of meat. So I couldn't
That
do
Uncle
it.
Fester look is okay.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You hurt my feelings.
Oh, please. Wait.
I'm not that
really?
thin-skinned. Yeah, I know, right? So I got to get some sun. I don't know, man.
Stop it. Hey, stop it.
Lily,
Maybe you should close that door.
Maybe I should go get the zapper.
close the door.
Yeah, let's close the door.
The door.
Barking.
What the hell's going on here?
I don't know, but that was funny.
Okay, now I got to take this now. What the hell?
That was funny. All right, that's enough. This is well.
Last week we also talked about that couple. Lily, be quiet.
This is fun.
We talked about that couple. Remember about the no sex thing?
Oh yeah, yeah.
And like I said, that wasn't about sex. That was about how it was affecting one person. Now imagine someone who's susceptible to depression who has an issue with their spouse, right? And you can't even communicate with each other. And that person feels isolated, can't talk about it, nothing. Happens with children. Children in the home with depression. They isolate themselves. The parents, it's a phase, right? We've talked about all of these things. It's a phase. The child also is a child, right? Perhaps doesn't have the ability to express what they're feeling because they don't even know. They don't understand.
Yeah.
This is why communicating is so important, as we talked about. But getting past these feelings, understanding depression, understanding anxiety, understanding panic attacks, understanding these things, so you then have an understanding that you have a life. Because what depression did for me, it was telling me I had no life. I had no reason to live. I mean, you don't understand that. You won't understand it. Most people won't understand that. Most people are horrified to hear that. Especially when you're a young person. I mean, I'm not a young person anymore, but
you don't want to hear that from anyone. I mean, I understand what you're saying about children.
About anyone, but you know, when you are battling
Yeah.
depression, these feelings, these thoughts come to you that, like I said, would horrify someone that doesn't understand. So it's important to understand what's happening. What's happening to me? So you know how to deal with it. So you understand, I do have a life. This is something I have to work on, gain knowledge, get help,
Yeah.
hopefully have people around you that'll help you, that will support you.
That's big. Yeah.
Why, you know, our website is depression-youarenot-alone.com. You Are Not Alone is used by so many people.
Yeah.
In so many sites, so many organizations. Why? Because that is a feeling that a lot of people have.
Yeah, they do.
That they are alone.
Yeah.
Think of a child or spouse, anyone, but let's think of a child because they're young. They don't understand. They understand less, obviously, than someone who's got a few years under their belt. What they're feeling, these weird, awkward feelings, and then to feel alone, to actually feel alone. There's a reason those words are used. You are not alone is used by almost everyone when it comes to depression.
Yeah, it is.
Another reason is because oftentimes, let's say oftentimes, the others in the home don't find out what's going on, don't look into it. And there's no excuse for that anymore. This isn't the 50s, the 40s. You can go online, you could research what is depression, what is my child going through, get an idea to know what they're going through, or your spouse, or your friends, or whoever. You have access now to information. And then realize that, hey, I need to get them help.
Yeah.
I need to get them help. And some of you parents, sorry to say, you're terrible trying to be good. And what I mean by that is, I'll fix my kid. I'm a parent. I can take care of this. Yeah, let's not go down that road. Get your child help or your spouse when they need it.
Yeah.
Can I borrow your glasses here?
Just don't break them.
Okay. So this is the reason we talk about a lot of things. As I said, you can't please everyone, right? Like I said, why don't you talk just about depression? And then others, I'm glad you don't just talk about depression. Okay, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Right? This is why we try to laugh, too. Laughing and humor is something
Very
that's
important.
for me personally, I'm not saying, can't speak for other people, but for me, was huge.
Yeah.
Huge. When something makes you smile or, makes you think of something else, and maybe you think of something else and pleasant, makes you chuckle or makes you smile, makes you laugh, is great. Music for me, huge. As a matter of fact, I think next week let's do a part of the episode on music.
Yeah. You enjoy music.
On music, yes. I have my whole life because of what it's done for me,
Yeah,
how
done
it's
a
helped
lot.
me.
Yeah.
how it's
As long as it's not the Beatles, I'm good.
Oh, some people like the Beatles,
it's,
though.
well, I think a lot of people did.
Yeah.
Right? I think a
still
lot of
do.
people did.
Some people still do.
There are all types of music. I like all kinds of music. Now, do I like every rock song? No. Do I like every country song? No. Do I like every rap song? Mostly not. Not my thing.
I know.
Not my
No.
thing. You know, like I tweeted on my Twitter page, because I mean we're past the holidays, but you know the classic holiday song, "Baby It's Cold Outside."
Yeah, everybody.
You know, that's
Everybody likes that song.
yeah. The hip hop version would be, "Bitch, it's cold all up in here." That would be-
Gosh.
and if they did a video of it, it'd be cars and luxury cars and women in bikinis everywhere. It's like, what does this have to do with the song? You know, but yeah, that's. I mean, isn't it? Bitch, it's cold all up in here.
Oh, that's funny.
But music is, for me, and we all have to find our thing.
Yeah.
We all have to find our thing. If you're battling depression, you have to find your thing and enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Because that depression, that nasty depression, what it does is it tries to take everything away from you. Just take everything that brings you pleasure away from you. To get to the goal of there's no pleasure anymore, right?
Right. No, absolutely.
There's nothing that brings you joy. There's nothing that brings you pleasure. Now you start asking yourself, what's the point?
Yeah. I agree with.
What is the point?
Yeah.
I know, folks, because I was there.
Yeah.
I was there.
Yeah.
You know, it's also, I've said this many times, sometimes there's good in everything, right? Depression has made me sensitive to other people. I don't want people to go through what I've been through. I don't want that.
Absolutely.
Like I've said before, I could not care. And there are a lot of people who don't care
Well,
about
it's
anything.
good that you care.
Well, because I know
Yeah.
the point I got to.
Oh, of course.
It wasn't just, oh, I had this bad stretch. No, it wasn't. I survived it.
Yeah. Twice.
I survived depression. Okay? I believe that's kind of a big deal.
It's a huge deal. It's not kinda. It is a huge deal.
So you think of that, and then you
Yeah.
think of, you know, do I want other people to go through this? And no, I don't want other people to go through this.
Absolutely not.
We don't do this to solve the problem of the world.
Because we can't.
But we always try to encourage people to get help for themselves. And very important, this is something I also said in the beginning, right? I'd like to reach those who have someone in the family with depression, so they understand that you can't just sit on your hands and do nothing and think this is a phase, or yeah, well, you know, they're going to have to figure it out. Yeah, so many people with severe clinical depression do figure it out. Sometimes they figure it out this way: I'm done. I'm done. And then they're gone.
That's it.
And then they're gone.
Then you can.
And like I've mentioned before, family members, this just absolutely gets to me. Because this is very personal to me. When I've heard, and I've said this before, right? I knew there was something wrong.
Yeah, you hear it all the time.
After the fact.
Yes.
I knew there was
Yeah.
something wrong. I didn't know it was that bad.
It wasn't. They didn't know it was that bad.
That just absolutely hits home with me. Irritates the hell out of me. Because why? Because I've heard it so many times.
Yeah.
So many times. I mentioned this episodes in the past where celebrities have committed suicide. After they pass away, they do a documentary, right? And they're interviewing family and friends. What do you hear? What I just said.
Yeah.
I knew there was something
Yeah.
wrong. Not one person saying it. Oftentimes, many.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I knew there was something wrong. So my question then would be this: if I was in that documentary. Okay, what did you do about it? Anything? You did nothing.
Nothing.
And now, heartache. Because you did nothing, but you
Nothing at
knew.
all.
You knew.
Yeah.
That's shameful.
Yeah, it is.
That's
It is-
shameful.
It is very shameful.
I'm sorry, I'm here doing this, talking to people I don't know,
Yeah.
in the hopes of someone will get help.
Yeah.
And you, to a family member or a close friend, you did nothing.
Yeah.
You had access
Happens
to
all
them.
the time.
They're in your home. They live with you, and you did nothing. We're doing this
Yeah.
to try to help strangers. So, you know what? I don't feel sorry for someone who did nothing, knew there was something, did nothing, and now is sad. You know what sad is? Sad is that person's gone. That's what's sad. I'm not sad for you. I'm sad for that person that's gone.
Oh, so
That
wrong.
person didn't have help and didn't have support. That's shameful.
Yeah. That
That's
is.
shameful.
It is.
Shameful, it's sad,
It's
it's
very,
horrible.
very sad.
And there's no going back.
No,
They're
it's
gone.
too late.
They're gone. Now you have memories. That's it. Memories and perhaps guilt. Perhaps guilt. So this is why we always talk about supporting, getting help. Because you know what? There are great sites out there for depression. And there are some that are absolutely horrible, that they're trying to tell you what to do. We're not trying to solve your problem. We're trying to encourage people to go get help.
Yeah.
Go get help. Not, hey, listen to us, because we're going to solve everything. You don't need to
That's
go
not-
anywhere.
yeah, that's
Just
not how
watch us.
Yeah.
Just watch
It
us.
doesn't work like that.
We constantly encourage to go get help. Professional help. You talk about stigma. Screw that. You get help.
Yeah.
You don't give a damn what anybody says, anybody thinks. You go get help for yourself, or you go get help for that person in your home that you care about.
Yeah.
What other people think. Who gives a damn what other people think? You think about your life, which is more important than anything.
Yeah.
Your life, the quality of your life, is more important than what someone might think. You know what? You don't need to tell anybody. You don't need to tell me. I'm not ashamed to tell anybody. I'm here doing this.
Oh, yeah.
What I've been through.
Absolutely.
But I'm still here
Yes.
because I went and got help.
Yeah.
So I say these things because I've been there and I've done it.
Yeah.
And I want other people to do the same thing. Go get help. Do what you need to do. And for those that don't have depression, but a family member does or a friend, help them. Help them. Don't be that person that says, I knew there was something.
Yeah, that's
I
the-
knew there was something.
That's how it is. Though,
Don't be that
unfortunately.
person.
Yeah. You can do something. Do it.
Be
Yeah,
that person that
absolutely.
later on, the person that got help will come to you and say thank you.
Yeah. Before it's too late.
Thank you.
You don't ever want it to
For
be too
what you
late.
did for me. Thank you. Would you rather hear thank you and still have that person in your life? Or would you rather sit there and look at photographs
Ah.
and cry and feel guilty for doing nothing? That word nothing is exactly that. It's nothing. Doing nothing is nothing.
Yeah.
All right, so sorry, I'm a little. This is personal to me. This is why we started doing this, because this is personal to me. It's important.
It should be personal to you.
All right, we're going to come back. I want to talk about a few other things, and hopefully we'll laugh a little bit too. I hope, because it can't. We'll get there, because this is what I do. I try to lift my spirits when I'm feeling a certain way. Lift my spirits and make things better. One day at a time, a few hours at a time, whatever it takes. All right, folks, we'll be right back in a little more upbeat. I promise.
See you soon.
See you in a few minutes.
We're back.
Hi, welcome back, everyone. I had to take a little break. When I talk about these things, it kind of gets to me a bit. Now I'm drinking gin.
Oh my gosh, it's not gin, it's water.
So anyway, these things get to me because it's very personal to me, right? That's why we even started doing this, because two things I've always said. I'm still here.
Yeah.
The other one is this it?
Yeah.
And that Meaning of that, I've said this to you folks before, is this it? Is my life, is this it? That's how I used to feel. So is this it? Needs, you know, we can change that by doing things and helping people, helping ourselves as well, right? So I want to talk about, remember I just discussed the first half about people not helping those that are battling depression or any illness or any mental illness. They will with a physical illness. Oh, I'll take you to the doctor. Oh, you need to go to the doctor. Or you need to take your pills. You need to watch what you eat because, you know, you can't eat that or this. Mental illness, you're a lot of times in that room with the door closed by yourself, sometimes in tears. You know, I don't want to get into all that again right now, but so sometimes people don't even take the time, right? So let's talk about cell phones. We're going to talk about cell phones. We live in a time where, how many times have I tried to have a conversation with someone, and they're sitting there
looking down? They don't even look up at you.
What? What'd you say? Give you examples. I give an example before. Remember that young girl? I was at the store, the self-improvement store. I'm not going to mention her name. And she worked there, and remember I told you in one episode, if you folks want to go back and look at that. So I go up to this young lady and I asked her a question, and she's going, What? Remember that one?
Yeah. Well, I remember one when we were at the restaurant when all four of them were sitting down.
We also talked about that. We're at a restaurant, a family of four walks in. All four of them pulled out their phones.
All of them.
They didn't speak to one another, and they're all sitting there texting.
Ugh.
Even the waitress, remember, had to wait for the kids to finish texting.
Yeah.
I go to the convenience store at the gas station. This is, I don't know, about a year ago at the gas station by us. This young lady's coming out. I open the door for her because I'm going to walk in and she's walking out. I'm holding a door. She stops while I'm sitting there holding the door.
Oh, she's fine.
And I told him this, and I told, oh, hell no, this, and hell no. And I'm going, excuse me. Excuse me. You know what? She goes off on me.
So disrespectful.
She went off on me. Oh, hell no, you ain't talking to me like that. I said, you know what, you want to move it along? You know, I think I told her something like, you know, there's something you need to understand. The concept of other people.
Yeah, yeah.
The concept of other people. So, wasn't just me with her. So I go into the store and, you know, the cashier, I forgot the gentleman's name because you know what I'm talking about. It's a store,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah.
You know, he witnessed that because she starts going off on me like, how dare you? Yeah. I'm going to sit here finishing my conversation. No one can come in or out. Yeah, and I'm sitting there holding the door for her. She couldn't take 2 more steps.
Yeah. No.
She's locking the door, and I'm standing there holding the door as she's talking on the phone. That's where she decided, I'm stopping right here to continue this conversation. And then went off on me because I said, excuse me. I didn't say, I wasn't nasty to her. I said, excuse me. Oh, no. Oh, hell no, she said. Oh, hell no, she told me. So I go into the store. The cashier says to me, oh, her? She was sitting here on her phone. She wouldn't put her debit card in or her credit card, whatever, to make the payment. I got a bunch of people waiting, and she's talking on her phone with a bunch of people waiting. Okay, but that woman, say something to her and see how that goes for you. Yeah. Oh, hell no, you ain't saying that to me. You ain't talking to me like that. Really?
Yeah.
Because you're so considerate.
Yeah.
You're such a considerate person.
That happens all the time in supermarkets.
It happens all the time everywhere.
I had one like that.
I'm at the light. Light turns green, I turn left, the arrow. I'm sitting behind this guy. Light's green, he won't go anywhere. Won't move, won't move, won't move. And I'm not that person that just sits there honking the horn right away. I waited. He wouldn't go. I finally just hit the horn. Wouldn't go. Light turns yellow. He guns it. Now, I was right behind him. Now I'm at the red light. I look in the mirror. I got 10 other cars behind me. Why?
Yeah, and then that's how they get into some of these accidents because they're texting and driving and then boom.
Here's another example. This one was actually funny. Randy.
Yeah.
Randy and I, my friend Randy, who I mentioned too, and actually it was our very first episode. A great friend of mine who passed away. And we actually delayed the first episode because we had just lost him. And we delayed that very first episode we did because of Randy. So Randy and I were driving to go play poker, and it was stop and go traffic. Stop and go. So he was driving, I was in the passenger seat. Here's this young girl next to us, absolutely beautiful. She's absolutely gorgeous.
I remember this story.
Remember? Absolutely gorgeous. So Randy's like, whoa, wow, oh. I said, oh, holy hell, yeah, she's beautiful. So it's stop and go, and she's on her phone, and then she'd move up and stop, and then she's on her phone, the cars in front of her would move up, she's not moving anywhere because she's texting. And then she'd realize, and then she'd move up and stop. So I said to Randy, I think she's going to hit something. Right after I said that.
Boom.
I swear the timing was just impeccable. So the car in front of her, cars in front of her move up. She guns it and slams into the back of the car in front of her. We both lost it. What made it funny was the timing. I had just said, I think she's going to hit something.
She didn't think it was
No one
funny.
was hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't, a major accident, but she went boom right into the back of the guy's car.
Gosh.
Guy comes out.
So many people.
So we're sitting there, right? It's a parking lot on I-95 northbound. So the guy comes out, all pissed off. He looks at her. He's like, "Oh well, yeah, it's okay." And I'm thinking,
Yeah, it's okay,
I'm
'cause
thinking,
she's pretty.
"Oh yeah, right. What if it were me?"
Oh, okay.
Hey, you bald SOB!
Yeah,
How
yeah,
dare you
yeah.
run out of my car? But he took one look at her, and she comes out of the car all with her phone in her hand. Oh, I'm so sorry. He's like, "Oh, nah, it's all right."
Oh, God, well, she got lucky.
But I can sit here going all day about examples of people being inconsiderate, rude
Yeah.
over these things.
Yeah.
Not only that, don't have time to. I remember when we had the bar, I'd be sitting at the bar at a table with someone having a conversation, and I see them,
Yeah.
and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, and they always have to have the latest.
Yeah.
The latest and the greatest. on
Absolutely. But I would say to people, okay, hey, let's continue this conversation when you drop that damn phone. I'm not doing this. With my kids, I used to have that issue. Hey, you know what? Put your phone down. I'm talking to you. I'm not going to sit here looking at you texting.
It's become an addiction.
Yeah.
Yes, it's become an addiction. And think about this. Oh, and computers too, right? I mean, you got people playing poker 12 hours a day. You got people doing, their fantasy football team.
Oh, they love that.
They have all of these things going on, right? Because everybody's so distracted with so many things. Now you have someone in the home that has an issue, that needs help, that needs attention, needs time from you, needs your full attention sometimes because that's where they are. Crisis mode. And guess what? Everybody's too busy and too distracted. And then again, we talked about you are not alone. Well, yeah, unfortunately, many times you are alone. Because everybody's too busy doing other shit. Too busy doing other shit. You have marriages. We talked about that couple last week that didn't have sex.
Oh, yeah.
You have husbands and wives. They're so busy texting, doing this and that. One of them might be sitting there going, when was the last time I had sex with my wife?
Oh my gosh.
Let me text her and ask her.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, when was the last time we had sex? And she's like, hey, I'm right over here. Oh, yeah, there you go.
shit,
What was
you
it?
are?
I don't remember. She goes, I don't either.
You didn't even know she was here.
But, okay, and people are like, well, that's just how it is, especially young people. That's like on what was the movie, Grown Ups, where the kid sees the TV, he goes, hey, what's all this stuff on the back of the TV?
Oh,
right?
yeah, because it was such a big TV.
And his dad goes, that's the rest of the TV.
Yeah.
But, but this matters because when no one pays attention. If you don't pay attention, they just don't have the attention span anymore for anything.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Live like that. Marriages fall apart. Kids don't pay attention to parents. Parents don't pay attention to kids. Whatever. But what if there's a crisis? What if there's that person in the home that's severe depression
It's struggling.
that needs your full attention?
Yeah.
Attention. Give me a break. I need your attention.
Yeah.
You're not,
They're too busy doing their
this is
electronics.
This is not acceptable. And I know some people say, oh, well, you know what, generations, things change. Yeah, and things change oftentimes for the better and oftentimes for the worse. They're not always better, right?
Well, imagine the cell phone addiction. It leads to a loss of social skills. More and more.
I don't even use
So
mine.
what's going to happen in 20 years if this continues?
Well, like I said before, there are kids that they're in school with their friends, right? They go home. Each one goes to their own home. they get on their laptops, and now they're chatting on their laptops. Okay, dude, how about you go to your friend's house, say, hey, man, let's go play outside.
Yeah, that doesn't happen anymore these
They're
days.
not even using laptops.
You live 3 doors down.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And
that's not how it works.
we're communicating through cell phones or computers. Why don't we go do something?
Yeah.
Go outside and go do something. Hang out, play.
They don't do that anymore.
Play.
Well, depending on what age they are.
I mean, there are kids these days. When we were young, if your parents said, hey, I'm going to get you this bike, you'd be like, oh, all excited.
so excited.
Today you tell one of the kids, hey, I'm going to get you a bike. What for? I don't want that.
I want the latest and greatest cell phone.
I don't want that.
You got 5-year-old kids. Parents go, hey, here's a cell phone.
They give the kids a cell phone. They give the tiny children a cell phone.
You're talking about cell phones. Let's not even talk about kids. Let's talk about adults. When a new cell phone comes out, they just got theirs a year ago. Paid a hell of a lot of money for
like
it. The new one's coming out. Let me camp outside the store.
They do
because
it.
I want to be the first
They
one to have
love
that
it.
cell phone.
I never understood that.
Yeah, because it's not understandable.
Yeah,
It
I
doesn't
don't
make sense. Why, do you
Somebody-
not have a phone? Is your phone broken? No, my phone is fun. It's only a year old.
Yeah.
I paid $1,200 for
Yeah.
it. But the new one came out. I got to be the first person to have it.
Yeah.
Okay, congratulations.
They're acting just like addicts. except it's
Exactly.
I
hey,
didn't understand that.
oh, you just got it? You camped outside the store for 2 days to get this phone. Wow, congratulations.
Yeah,
How about you get a life?
yeah.
You know, get a hobby or do something,
I
man. I mean, I don't
agree.
understand it. That is absolutely
Like
ridiculous.
the
so
Coke addict that
reliant.
needs to
It's
get a
so
hit.
reliant.
I need a fix. I got to have that first
Same
cell
thing.
phone. Okay, how about you wait 2 weeks? Wait 2 weeks and then get that cell phone. Or how about this?
Well, why not?
You don't
Why
need
do
it.
you even need it?
You don't need it because you have one. You just bought it. You just spent $1,200 for it a year ago. How about you don't spend the money on that? And don't even need it. Oh, but I want everybody to see my cell phone. Yeah, congratulations. You know, just have a parade in your honor because of your new cell phone.
Yeah, they camp out. They do overnight. They got the latest and greatest. I don't get it either.
You know, people will waste so much time on so much stupid shit. Sorry, because I'm a little bothered by this. Waste so much time on stupid shit, but there'll be someone in your home that's going through a crisis that needs you, and you're not there for them.
Yeah.
Okay? That's not saying it could happen. That does happen.
Yeah, it does. It sure does. It sure
And yeah, I'm a
does.
bit agitated. Yeah, I am, because that does happen. You got this damn thing. You can't get out. You can't get it out of your damn hand because you're so addicted to this. Because you're such a pea brain that you cannot put this damn thing down and help someone in your home that needs you. Because you don't have the attention to do that. How dare you? And then what? Regrets after?
Break these.
Regrets after the fact?
What regrets? A lot of people don't even realize that they realize that. They're not-
No, and that's
they're not
the
gonna
thing.
do it.
A lot of them
Yeah.
don't realize that they're doing it. They don't because their friends are doing it, and their friends are doing it.
Regrets
They're
later on, too, because they
all
don't give a shit
doing
about
it.
it.
Where's the humanity, man? I mean, what the hell is going on? You got to watch your reality show because one of the Kardashians chipped a nail. Oh my God! You'll cry even with her. She's crying, you're crying, everybody's crying
Yeah,
over
it's like-
someone that wouldn't give you the time of day.
That's true.
Who's laughing all the way to the back?
Wouldn't give you the time of day. Like some of you, like we mentioned last week. Oh, you're so obsessed with the royal family. You got to look at the tabloids, this and that. You're a peasant to them. A peasant. You're nothing to these people. So how about you focus on your home, on your family, on someone who needs you?
Yeah.
How about you focus on that instead of focusing on garbage?
And if you're an American, there's no reason for you to be worshiping the British royal family.
Well, if you're British, you really shouldn't.
Yeah.
In my opinion, or any country who had royalty, because those royal families, so many people died because of them, sacrificed because of them, so they can have all their wealth and power. And so many of them are inbred anyway, right? They can only marry other blue bloods.
Yeah, that's the way it was back then.
I mean, that was like on All in the Family, where Archie got a blood transfusion from the black lady, and he was afraid now that he had a different color blood. in him.
That's disgusting.
Stupidity. To me, I don't care about stupidity. It doesn't bother me. Someone could be an idiot, moron. It doesn't bother me whatsoever. But when there's someone that needs that person, especially if it's a child that needs that person, and you're an idiot and don't help that child, and that child is suffering, well, that child, you know what? If they survive, They're going to live their life full of issues. And when they're in their 40s and 50s in therapy, because you didn't give a damn. Because you were too distracted to take care of your own kid, to be there during a crisis.
Yeah.
And then what?
There's so many up.
Then what? Wow, didn't I say this was going to be upbeat? I think I messed up.
Well, you kind of did.
Now I'm aggravated. I'm sorry I'm aggravated
I took
because
these away. Now you're picking these
there
up.
are consequences. I know where I was with depression. I know where I am. And I know there are many suffering. And I know, as we said, you are not alone. No, too many are alone. They are alone. Well, you know what? For those of you that text about everything, oh, my favorite celebrity. Oh, my favorite celebrity just farted. Oh my God. Wow. Oh, geez. I hope she's all right. Well, if you have someone in your home that has an illness, how about you text so you have an idea of what they're going through? So you have an idea. Again, I've said this a million times. I'm going to say this again. Not to fix them. You don't just look something up and like, okay, good, now I got this. No. But understand what they're going through. Understand what could happen if nothing is done.
Yeah.
And then get them help. You're on the phone all the time anyway, right? You're all kinds of BS. Or I'm playing your little games. Like, doot,
Oh, they love
where I'm sitting next to all I hear is doot, deet,
Yeah.
doot, doot. I'm like, okay, Mike, I'm going to freak out, man. I'm
Yeah.
going to grab that phone. I'm going to freak
Yeah, they love the game.
I'm going to frickin' throw it.
A lot of people do.
And I'm okay
It could
with
be
that because
relaxing
it's
to
none
them.
of my
It could
business.
be relaxing to them.
Yeah, but that's none of my business.
that's
Do whatever you
right.
want.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
your life.
That's true.
However, when someone needs you and you're so busy doing crap
Yeah,
and
that's
you're
a
not
different story.
there for them,
Yeah.
and someone like me, I'm still here. How about someone who can't say that because they're not here anymore?
Yeah.
Because they had no help and no support. Shouldn't that bother everyone?
It should.
Everyone. It bothers me a lot because I'm still here.
Yeah.
Because I know where I was. So, yeah, you know what? So-and-so, oh, this and that, and oh. God, man. Where are we headed? The hell are we headed? There are conspiracy theories everywhere. People believe all kinds of crap. Not now, always. I swear to God, I think more people saw Elvis after he died.
I saw him. He told me he's still dead.
Oh, he's in a restaurant. He was here. He was there. You got these people now. These QAnon, these fanatics. JFK, right? JFK. Do you not know math? How old would he be now? 104 or something like that? Do people not do math?
Hitler's supposedly still alive in Argentina.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah. Hitler's alive. Of course he is. People believe the stupidest crap. I swear to God, you believe the stupidest shit. Stupidest shit. But then when there's something going on in the home,
Yeah, you avoid
okay.
avoidance.
Look at the
or-
COVID
you
denial.
don't understand it. But this is the problem with mental illness. And again, I'm sorry, now I'm aggravated again. With mental illness, I'm aggravated because I feel for those people. You don't understand mental illness. So you do nothing about it to help that person. But you believe the stupidest crap. Like that celebrity. Mental illness, we talked about this a few weeks ago. Mental illness, he doesn't believe in mental illness. But when he dies, he's going to have his own planet. That you believe. That makes more sense. People commit suicide with mental illness. People suffer, but to him it's not real. But the planet, when he dies, that planet he's going to
It's gonna
have,
have
that's
its own
real. That's real.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't even want to know what your landscaping fees are going to be on that planet.
Oh my gosh.
How many yard guys are you going to need for that? I mean, how do people believe this garbage? How about believing in facts? How about you know there's an issue in the home with your child, your spouse, your friend, whatever, and actually believe that it's real and say, what can I do? What can I do to help? Instead of ignoring that, but believing that Donald Trump was sent here by God. I'm not getting into politics. People believe that. To those of you that believe that God himself sent Donald Trump here, I'm going to leave you with a little tidbit to think about because I tweeted this on my Twitter page quite a long time ago. If you watch the movie The Omen,
Yeah.
okay, the Antichrist was a rich little shit named Damien Thorne. Okay? The initials DT.
Oh, Donald Trump?
Just for you to think about. Initials of Damien Thorne, the Antichrist, DT. Donald Trump's initials, DT. So give that some thought. Remember when he was holding the Bible upside down? Remember when he was running for president, walked around with his Bible? And then because he wanted to get all you religious nuts to vote for him. He couldn't do it because he was asked, "What's your favorite verse in the Bible?" He had no idea. He had no idea. So what did he do? He gets Mr. Mike Pence, a religious fanatic, to get all you religious nuts to vote for him. Oh, all you religious nuts too. They used to talk about family values. Remember the Republican Party? Family values, family values. What happened to that?
Not only that, whose family values?
Yeah, but what happened to all this talk about family values? Oh, that went down the toilet fast when you picked this dipshit who cheated on all his wives and all that. So anyway, I don't want to get back into that. Screw him. Screw him. I'm just aggravated. I'm sorry.
Your turn.
Yeah, I'm just pissed off. I'm pissed off because when I talk about depression, I know how I felt, and I know there are many more feeling the way I felt.
Yeah.
And that bothers me. It bothers me. It should bother everyone. If I know someone's battling cancer or an illness, that bothers me. I feel for them.
Me too.
Okay?
Mm.
I feel for them.
Yeah.
But when someone's battling mental illness, oftentimes everyone around them shuts down.
Yeah.
Don't talk about it. Don't want to talk about it. Don't want to deal with it, whatever. Just don't want to do it because I don't understand. I can understand cancer. They don't know how to cure cancer.
Yeah.
Or diabetes or anything else, but they understand it's an illness that, okay,
Maybe
you need to go to the doctor, we need to take you, okay. When it's a mental illness, oftentimes, nothing, no help, and that person is alone.
Yeah. Very much so.
Alone.
Very much so.
And I know where it ends up many times, because it almost ended up
Twice.
with me. And if that had happened, you and I would have never met.
I know. And that would have been very sad.
Well, you would have been with somebody else. You
Oh,
wouldn't even know me.
because I was meant to meet you.
Oh, God, really? You know, you threw away my weed.
Okay,
So-
the weed is gone. Forget the weed. It is gone.
We burned it in the fireplace.
No, but it
What's the point of that?
It was helping me to survive this marriage, survive this relationship.
Get your gin out.
So my word for this episode is going to be ganja. Okay?
Can you even spell that?
Ah,
That'll be my
How do you even
word.
spell that?
Everything I read, man.
just the way it's said.
Everything I read. So it will be ganja. But anyway, apologize. Actually, I don't apologize that this episode wasn't fun and stuff like that, because we always try to have fun. Because this episode, I think, to me, was important. To me, it was important. And I know to anyone with depression battling it, I know it's important to them to hear it.
Yeah.
And I think what's really important is for a family member or friend to hear this.
Yeah.
To hear this.
Yeah.
There are consequences of doing nothing.
Yeah.
You want to do nothing? You want results? Don't go to work. See if your job is there for you when you feel like returning. Don't go to the grocery store and then open your refrigerator and go, oh, there's no food here. Gee, how did that happen? Because you did nothing. We get results from doing things. And oftentimes with this, it's life or death.
Yeah.
Life or death.
It is.
Well, folks, thank you for
Thank
viewing. We'll see you
you.
next week. Thank you to our sponsor, MidnightDomains.com. And from Shannon,
Yeah.
John, and Lou,
And take care.
we will see you next week.
Bye.
Be well.
Your